back. We started up school. I homeschool my kids at the beginning of October, and I've been a little bit preoccupied with that. Plus, we've been doing some other things around the house, and it seems like I haven't poured in forever. And I've been doing some other art projects that aren't pouring, so it really has been a while. So anyway, my husband challenged me this morning to do a pour inspired by the winter sky. So I am doing this kind of a dark grayish blue. You know how the color he mentioned, specifically the clouds right before when you can tell they're snow clouds. They're more blackish gray than this. This is sort of a blue color, but I thought it would be prettier. But you know those dark clouds that start rolling in before snow, those really huge ones. It's kind of what it took my inspiration from. Then I have some gray. This is light blue violet mixed with a little bit of white, just for that. I don't know, the sky in the winter where I grew up, not necessarily where I am now, but where I grew up was just very very dull. It wasn't like a bright blue. It was just kind of this almost gray blue. So that's kind of what I'm using for that. And then I have some yellow because we did have some really sunny days. And when the sun reflects off the snow, it just gets really, really bright. It's almost blinding. And it's not yellow, but my yellow is representing. I'm taking my inspiration from there, not necessarily doing exact color representations. So I challenge you to do a winter sky where you are from pour. Be inspired by the winter sky or just winter in general, and then post it on my art page on Facebook, We Pour Art. I would love to see your winter sky paintings. So I'm going to do a damp paper towel swipe. And for this, I just take paper towel, and it doesn't really matter the brand. I do my shopping at Aldi's, so my paper towels are Aldi's. I run them under the water, get them wet, and then I squeeze it out. You can tell it's not dripping. If I run it over my hand feels cool, you know, that cool damp feeling, but it's not like wet. So I squeeze as much of it out as I can. So I'm just going to kind of, the other thing when you're doing a wet paper towel swipe is you want more paint on the canvas than with some other swiping tools. Like if you're using a swiping tool that you have more control over because it's like rigid, you don't need as much paint, or things that are lighter. Like I use the backing from labels. I take the stickers off and I use this, and that glides over the paint. The wet paper towel, the damp paper towel is heavier, and it kind of almost sinks into the paint, and it's really nice for that. But because of that, it does drag a bit, so you want a good amount of paint, especially where you're going to start the swipe. And I get a lot of questions about loaded paper towel swipes, so I wanted to make sure I shared some of that. I'm going to put my yellow up in this corner, probably mostly over on that part. Because the sunshine kind of in the corner, and I have this, I love this purple, blue, whatever it is. I just love it. Put a little bit of that over here. All of them are mixed to my normal custard mix. I'll link to that in case anybody hasn't seen that video. And also, what was I gonna say? Oh, and each color has a couple drops of silicone in it. So everything has silicone. Do some gray down here. Now you're not going to need as much paint at the bottom as you do at the top, because you'll already have a good amount of paint going on your swiping tool. Kind of more gray as we get to the bottom. I did not mix up any white, and now I'm thinking that was a mistake. I have some white here, but it's just pouring medium. Now this is Floetrol and paint. If you follow my channel, you know I stayed away from Floetrol for just a little while. I wasn't having a lot of luck with my Floetrol. When it got really, really hot, it seemed it was behaving a bit strangely. And so I was using more, I got some pouring medium, and I was doing some different types of pours. I don't know. I don't know what was with it when it was hot, but it wasn't reacting well. And I had a lot more of those Floetrol boogers that you get when it got really hot. So I went ahead and ordered some on Amazon. I usually get it locally at Lowe's, but I went ahead on Amazon and ordered some, figuring it probably was sitting in some warehouse when it was hot, so it may have the boogers in it. But I'm hoping now that it's not so hot and humid, it won't, my pores won't be affected like they were. And I don't know, they were just getting weird for some reason. I even went back to the drawing board and watched my own mixing videos, thinking maybe I had gotten lazy, or, you know, am I missing something? Because everything was just bizarre. Okay, so my damp paper towel, I'm just gonna lay it on here. See if I can do it all in one. I usually like to do little bits, but let's see. Make sure it's all touching the canvas. I'm gonna do a little bit of and not just go straight down. Had a lot of that yellow on there, so it went all the way to the bottom, which is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do this little bit since I came this way. I'm getting lots of cells, so I don't think I need to torch. I'm gonna tilt a little bit that way just to stretch the cells, not for any other reason. I just want to stretch them a little bit. There we go. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Call that good. That's really pretty. Let's do some close-ups so you can see those cells. They're super pretty right in there, especially. All right, here we go. Really pretty. So there is my winter sky inspired pour. So don't forget to share yours on We Pour Art on Facebook. I will link to that in the description bar. I'd love to see your winter sky, and comment below what your winter is like. I know we have people all over the world and all over the United States. So I'm in southern Oklahoma now, and it is not super cold. I'm from Ohio, and we had snow and really cold weather. We don't have super cold weather most of the time here. So let me know what it is like where you are, and we will see you next time, guys. Happy pouring.